Hello friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the AFC Wildcard game for Year 2 of the Legend Sports Universe Football League. We come to you live from Pittsburgh, the Bengals and the Steelers. These two teams know each other very well. The Bengals and the Steelers both 9-5 this season. The Steelers home field here as the AFC North Division champions by virtue of defeating the Bengals twice during the regular season. Pittsburgh won 31-28 in Week 2 and then won 19-17 in Week 13, a last-second field goal from Gary Anderson, the deciding kick there. That helped vault the Steelers to this division title. Both of these teams have been very strong as the season has gone on. The Steelers won 5 of 6. The Bengals won 7 of 9 after a 2-3 start. The Bengals are here on a last-second, game-saving, season-saving tackle by Jim LeClair, who brought down Ozzie Newsome on the 1-yard line on the last play of the last game of the season against the Browns. So now the Bengals feel they've got a little bit of a charmed existence here. We'll see if that holds true. Bengals and Steelers ready to roll. Cincinnati will receive. Pittsburgh will kick off. It is a packed house here at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. The opening kick taken by LeMar Parrish in the end zone. It will be down, and we'll get underway with Ken Anderson. Anderson will be in the hunt for MVP this year. He had a terrific season, 24 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. Top-rated passer in the AFC. He has got some weapons at his disposal. James Brooks has taken a step forward to become one of the top backs in the league this year. He went over the 1,200-yard mark, and he gets a good carry here on the first play from scrimmage, out across the 40 to 45. Spins through a tackle, picks up 24 on the opening carry of the game, and we are underway with a flourish here in Pittsburgh. Nice cut there. Lambert gets sealed off on the outside, and Brooks with a big gain there to open things up for the Bengals. 1st and 10 from the 49. Lambert, of course, had that huge interception late in the Steelers' win over the Ravens in Week 14. That set up the winning touchdown drive late in that fourth quarter. It's Brooks again. This time he's stopped. Levon Kirkland right there. Pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Carry gets them across midfield to the Pittsburgh 49. Two tight ends set here for the Bengals on 2nd down. Brooks again. Only picks up 2. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6. So after the big initial carry, 2 short yardage runs. 3rd and 6 from the 47. Anderson drops, stands in the pocket, steps up, fires, complete. Underneath. Anderson stepped up, looked like he might cross the line, but he finds A.J. Green dragging underneath, pickup of 17. Bengals are down to the Steelers' 30. First and 10. Handoff, Brooks again. Fights his way through a tackle, picks up 5, 2nd and 5 from the 25. Trying to make sure he can hear at the line, and that his receivers can hear him. What they see is a big tackle there. L.C. Greenwood knifes his way through, brings Brooks down. It's 3rd and 8. See if the Steelers can come up with the stop here. Dropping back, Anderson stands in, looks right-hand side, hit as he throws. That ball sails away. It's incomplete, and the field goal unit will come on. Anderson takes a shot there from the backside, so the Steelers clamp down. After what looked like an impressive drive, Doug Pelfrey will come on for a 44-yard field goal attempt here. Trying to give the Bengals the lead on the opening drive, and he makes it. So Pelfrey puts it through. And the Bengals take a 3-0 lead. 11 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Bengals' first drive gets them points. Now the Steelers will try to replicate the feat. Kickoff there, taken by Antonio Brown. Out across the 20, out to the 25. So Ben Roethlisberger will take over here for the Steelers. Roethlisberger has gotten better and better as the season has gone on. Being part of the Pittsburgh resurgence in the second half. I formation. Louis Parker, first carry from scrimmage. He gets out past the 30 to the 31, pickup of 5. Brought down by Nelson. 2nd and 5 coming up. There's a penalty, false start, I believe, and it is. So that'll push them back 5. I think that was DeCastro who got whistled there. So the 5-yard gain from Parker is undone. 2nd and 10 from the 26. Parker again. Tries to get outside, fights off one tackle. He's hit by LeClair. Tries to fight for a couple more yards, but stumbles to the ground. It'll be 3rd and 7. High formation again. They still go for a carry, even though it's 3rd and 7. Bit over conservative there, perhaps. Brought down. Tried to get Hoke to the outside. So 3 straight runs go 3 and out. Well, with a change of pace there, they might be able to catch the Bengals napping a little bit. 3rd and 5 or less, I can maybe see that call there. 3rd and 7, that's asking for a bit too much from your offensive line and your back. Colquitt's punt. Taken at the 20. Out to the 30, it's 1st and 10. So Ken Anderson and the Bengals will come out for their second drive. They got 3 on the opener. And in motion, that's Pickett. Lawson, handoff. Brooks, up the middle. He's met right up the middle. Pick up of 3. Toes with the stop. Out to the 32. Toes, Taze, that spelling is usually Taze, at least in hockey. 2nd and 7. Jonathan. Handoff, Brooks tries to get off tackle. No such luck as Greenwood cuts through and brings him down. 7 carries already for James Brooks, who is carrying a heavy, heavy load here in this opening quarter. 3rd and 9 from the 31. Steelers showing blitz. Anderson in the gun for Coach Sam Weiss. Drops back, rolls left. He's got pressure on him. Greenwood brings him down. L.C. Greenwood having an impact early here. 2 tackles, and he brings Anderson down for the first sack of the game back at the 22. And the Bengals will have to punt. Anderson rolled left. He was going to throw it and then tucked it at the last second. Was worried about the repercussions of throwing while getting hit. Decided to take the sack and live to fight another day. 4th and 18 coming up on 7 minutes left in the opening quarter here. Lee Johnson's punt is a good one. Fair catch called by Antonio Brown back at the 29. So Roethlisberger and company will get going again. 3 and out on their opening drive. Oak cuts to the outside, finds room. That looked like the play they were trying to get on that 3rd and 7 when they went for it last time. No such luck there, but here he picks up 9. It's 2nd and 1. Both of these teams can open it up. They do like establishing the run. 2nd and 1. Parker up the middle. He's got the first down. Out to the 42, and that'll move the chains. First down of the game for the Steelers. Handoff, Parker tries to get to the outside. Out across the 45, brought down at midfield. So the Steelers having their way on the ground a bit at the moment. 2nd and 2 coming up from the midfield stripe. Roethlisberger in the gun here. Drops back, looking, rolls to his right, fires to the outside, complete. There's Eric Green. Steps out of bounds but makes the reception. Good for 18 yards down to the 32. Green has become more and more of a part of this Steelers offense as this season has gone on. 3 Steelers receivers in a spot with 2 Bengals defenders. Somebody had to get free, and it was Green. Steps out of bounds at the 32. Steelers on the move as we come up on 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Handoff, Parker up the middle. Wrestle to the ground, picks up 5. 5 carries, 24 yards so far for Willie Parker. Jim LeClair with the stop. Second and 5. Pair of receivers up high. It's a handoff to Parker again. Tries to find some room. Fights his way down to the 23. That'll bring up 3rd and a long 1. Gary Anderson kicking into a net on the Steelers sideline. Roethlisberger in the gun, trips to the high side. Hoke the lone setback. Roethlisberger stands in, looks, swings it out wide near the marker. That'll be enough. Short pass there. Quick wide receiver out to Parrish. They needed 1. They got 2. Chains move. 1st and 10 Pittsburgh. Down to the 21. Stacked double receivers on the bottom side here. Roethlisberger drops. Looks over the middle. That's incomplete. Good tight coverage there. Breaks that one up. It'll be 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger short drop underneath. That's Antonio Brown. Makes the grab, takes a hit right as he catches it, but holds on. That's a pickup of 6. take spikes with the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 15. Getting inside the 2-minute mark here in the opening frame. Roethlisberger drops back. Stands in, looks. Near side incomplete. That's wide of the mark. So the Bengals hold on 3rd down. That'll bring up 4th and 4. Be a 32-yard field goal attempt, we will assume, for Gary Anderson. And it is. Should be a chip shot here for Anderson. Kick is up and good. So Anderson puts it through to get us tied up here in Pittsburgh, 3-3. As we close out the first quarter, minute 43 remaining. Thought this would be an even battle, and so far, it has looked like that is exactly what we are in store for. Tuned in to this weekend's opening 3-episode series of the debut of the Stuff of Legends podcast. I greatly appreciate you doing so. If you have not, I hope you will consider doing so. And LeMar Parrish, who had a kickoff return for a touchdown in Week 14, goes the distance here. 1 in the regular season in that final week. And he goes to the house here for the Bengals. LeMar Parrish busts it loose, and the Bengals reclaim the lead. Parrish takes it the distance, and the crowd here in Pittsburgh has been silenced. So Pelfrey comes on for the extra point. This game was tied for 10 seconds. Bengals reclaim the lead 10-3. Wow. That is an impact play from LeMar Parrish. Remember, Parrish also had an interception in that Week 14 win. Parrish, of course, a very talented corner. He's been a good corner all year. He may even have a Pro Bowl berth coming his way. But return-wise, he's been a solid return man, but he hadn't broken one all year, and now he's done it in back-to-back weeks. Now Antonio Brown, who did have a kick return for a touchdown during the regular season, will look to answer. Pelfrey's kick. Brown will take it at the 2. Out across the 15, out across the 20, out to the 30. Good return from Brown. Not as good as Parrish's touchdown, but good nonetheless. And the Steelers will take over. 1st and 10 from the 30. Hand off Parker. He is brought down quickly. Loss of 2. Reed cuts his way through. Good job there by Mike Reed. Upends Parker back at the 28. It'll be 2nd and 12. And I was saying before, I appreciate if you had tuned in. If you had not, go check out the Stuff of Legends first 3 podcast episodes. It will now be, that was just kind of an opening slate. Stuff of Legends will be every Friday here on the channel at 10 p.m. It's going to be roughly a half hour per episode. Not going to sit there and try to drag people deep into the night. Just do 30-minute episodes, cut through what's going on in the Legends Sports universe, talk about sports history as well, and do some fun stuff during the course of Stuff of Legends. Hopefully, you will get on board and join that. Obviously, this week's episode, we'll talk about tonight's AFC Wildcard game you're watching here, and tomorrow night's NFC Wildcard game, which will be on the air at 9 o'clock between the Falcons and the Detroit Lions. Roethlisberger scrambles for the 2nd straight play, but he comes up short. Good coverage downfield by the Bengals. First quarter closes out here in Pittsburgh. Punt to come for the Steelers. They trail at 10-3 as we head to quarter number 2. So Colquitt comes on. He's going to try to bang this one out, try to pin the Bengals deep, play the field position game. It angles, taken at the 17. Parrish can't break the punt return as he did the kickoff return. And the Bengals will start from the 21. And Anderson and company getting back to work here. Anderson at the line, shifting in the back. Play action. Anderson steps to the right, throws back across his body, incomplete. Bit of a dangerous throw there from Anderson. Rolling right, throwing left, misses the mark. No harm, no foul, except for an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Anderson in the gun. Trips to the high side. Looks over the middle, complete. That'll be first down yardage. That's the tight end, Dan Ross. His first reception of the game is good for 15. Out to the 36, and that'll move the sticks. Perry on the stop. He was right there with him, but Anderson zipped that one in. First and 10 coming up. Brooks to the outside. He's got some space there. Brooks across midfield into Pittsburgh territory, down inside the 40 to the 39. 57 yards rushing here in the first half for James Brooks, who has gotten off to a good start. 2 big carries. Other than that, he's been bottled up, but 2 big carries gets you a good day at the office. First and 10 from the Pittsburgh 39. Handoff up the middle, nothing doing there. Giovanni Bernard gets the carry, and he is stuffed by Cameron Hayward. That'll bring up 2nd and 9. Anderson drops. Looks near side, complete. That's Ross again, who takes a shot from Andy Russell. He is knocked out of bounds. You also got a dinged up Bengal on the play here. That's one of the linemen. Can't tell who that is. That might be Dave Lapham. I'm not positive. Don't quite have the lineman offensive numbers memorized. 3rd and 2 from the 31. Ignore the Mike Tomlin graphic. Ignore. God, I don't even remember who the Bengals coach was in 24. In 22, rather. Yeah, 24. Madden 24. I use old versions. I can confuse which games we're doing. Sam will be the show 22, Madden 24. But regardless, Sam Weiss is coaching the Bengals here. Bill Cowher coaching the Steelers. And that's what the playbooks were designed based around. Anderson fires a complete pass there to Carl Pickens. Pickens' first catch of the season is good for 10 and a first down. So the Bengals driving again here. Steelers got to try to put the brakes on this. 1st and 10 from the Pittsburgh 20. Anderson, short drop. Stands in, looks right-hand side. That's complete. Not much doing there. Brooks makes the catch. It's only good for 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Anderson in the shotgun. Receiver low, too high. Handoff. Grabbed and brought down. That's a heck of a tackle there from Jack Ham. Giovanni Bernard gets the carry. Doesn't get much out of it. It'll be 3rd and 7 from the 18. See how aggressive the Bengals get here on 3rd and 7. AJ Green is on the low side. Anderson, short drop, stands in, looks on the middle, and Lambert deflects it, and Lambert almost had an interception there. Bats it away. It's incomplete, intended for Chip Myers. And we will head to 4th down, 4th and 7. Doug Pelfrey will come on for the 35-yard field goal attempt. Snap, the kick, it is up, and it is good, and the Bengals extend the lead to 10. It's 13-3 Cincinnati. So the Steelers' defense bends but doesn't break. Now they need something out of their offense. Obviously, still plenty of time here. 10:42 left in the first half. Started to see Pittsburgh throw it a bit more. For the first couple of drives were extremely run-heavy. They're still going to be a run-first team, make no mistake. Here's the kickoff. Brown takes it at the 2. Out across the 20 to the 21. And that's where Roethlisberger and company will take over. High formation behind Big Ben. And off it's Parker. Out across the 25 to the 26. Pick up a 5. 31 yards on 8 carries to this point for Willie Parker. Parrish gets credit for the tackle. Berger drops. Again, it's a handoff to Parker. Fights his way forward, picks up another chunk of 3. So that'll bring up 3rd and 4 from the 28. Geno Atkins on the stop for Cincinnati. Berger trying to make sure everybody's on the same page. Still in I formation. 3rd and 4, and they're going to try to carry it again. Hoke near the marker. I think he has it, and he does. Again, they're a 3rd and 4. I don't necessarily mind that play. The 3rd and 7 early on was a bit of a stretch to try to run from. That time, Hoke got the blocking. This is a good Steelers offensive line. Gets the first down out to the 32. Chains move. Roethlisberger short drop. Now he rolls left. Looks out towards the sideline. Complete to Eric Green. That's a short little pickup of 5. Out to the 37. It'll be 2nd and 5. Inside 8.5 minutes left in the first half. And off Parker up the middle. First down and more. Parker breaks through. They open a gap for him, and he shoots right through it out to midfield. 1st and 10 coming up for the Steelers. Great job by the Steelers' offensive line there. Parker hits that gap quickly. First and 10, Pittsburgh. Pitch, Hope, getting out wide. Unable to get anything there, and Marquise Pouncey. That would be a significant loss for the Steelers. He's staying on the bench, which is a good sign. Pouncey needs to get a little break. He'll check out. 2nd and 8, Pittsburgh from the Bengals 48. Pittsburgh drops. Drag route underneath, complete. Shy of the marker. Spikes on the tackle. Plaxico Burris with the reception. 2 short grabs so far for Burris. 3rd and 2 coming up from the 41. High formation. Behind Roethlisberger. Handoff, it's Hope. And again, Hope runs for the first down. And Steelers round and short pass. Neither team has really gone down the field yet for a pass of any real length. Nobody's gone for that home run ball. 6.5 minutes left in the half. Parker up the middle. It's up 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Divvying up carries a bit between Parker and Hoke. Remember, Parker missed about a month of the season, and Hoke did a great job filling in for him. Hoke now getting a bit more carries. Pass over the middle, that's complete. Down the middle of the field, that's Antonio Brown, down inside the 15 to the 12. second catch of the game for Brown. Roethlisberger sees him hit the seam. Big pocket of space there. Brown gets to it, and Roethlisberger gets the ball to him. First down Steelers from the 12. There's a movement there, and it looks like it's going to be a false start. And I believe that was DeCastro who was flagged for the one earlier. So that'll push them back, 1st and 15 from the 17. Roethlisberger drops, stands, looks, out, Green. Wrestled out of bounds at the 10. So they get the original spot plus a couple back, pick up 7. It'll be 2nd and 8. Third catch of the game for Green. Roethlisberger in the gun. Hoke the lone second. Stands in, looks, goes out again. Hoke out of the backfield, goes into the end zone untouched. Hoke swings it wide. Roethlisberger hits him out in the flat, and nobody was there with him. Hoke gets into the end zone for the score, and the Steelers cut the deficit. Hoke steps right inside the pylon. So Roethlisberger hits him. Nice drive here by the Steelers. Pending the Gary Anderson extra point, this will again be a 3-point game. Snap, the kick. It is up, and it is good. 12 plays, 85 yards, and 5:57 for the Steelers. 4:42 remaining in the half. 13-10 Bengals. So, we'll see if they try to kick it away from LeMar Parrish after the big kickoff return earlier. Here's the kick. Parrish will take it at the 7. Out across the 20. Out across the 25 to the 29. Solid return. There you see James Brooks. 8 carries, 57 yards so far on the day. Brooks a big step forward here in year 2. Anderson barking out signals. Rolls right, looks, out route incomplete. He was looking for Ross. He had Jack Ham all over him. No space there. Even if Anderson had completed that pass, it wouldn't have gone anywhere. 2nd and 10. Anderson in the shotgun. Pressure coming up the middle. Anderson fires it off. Incomplete. There's going to be a flag. That might be grounding. No, it's going to be a roughing the passer call. Cameron Hayward hits Anderson late. And the Bengals get the benefit there. 1st and 10 to the 44. I guess they figured the receiver was close enough, and he probably was. But Hayward, that is a bad penalty. You can't take that penalty there. Handoff, Brooks. Lambert brings him down. 2nd and 8. Bill Cowher apoplectic on the Steelers sideline. Hayward kind of got a free run rather, at Anderson on the drop back. Anderson got rid of it, and Hayward hit him anyway. Brooks to the outside. That's Jack Ham who cuts him down at the 44. That'll bring up 3rd and 11. Lambert, Ham, Levon, Kirkland, a terrific set of linebackers for the Steelers. Add Andy Russell to that as well. Anderson steps up. He's going to take off. Tries to get to the marker, and he does. Oh, Ken Anderson scrambles for 12. He saw the opening up the middle. Didn't like what he saw downfield. Figured he'd take his shot at it. Worst comes to worst, he doesn't make the marker, and they punt. Needed 11. He gets 12. 1st and 10. Chains move to the Steelers' 45. Coming up on 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Brooks up the middle inside the 40, is down to the 37. Pickup of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. That should get us to the 2-minute warning. I don't think the Bengals are going to rush this. And they will not. So 2 minutes left in the first half here in Pittsburgh. We got a good one going. AFC Wildcard game. Bengals 13. Steelers 10. Anderson drops, pressure coming, and he's got no shot. Anderson goes down for the second time. It's L.C. Greenwood for the second time. Sacked for the loss, 3rd and 14. Greenwood brings him down. Hayward was there as well. And the Steelers getting to Anderson. He's been hit a couple of times on passes as well. The Steelers getting some penetration, 3rd and 14. Anderson drops only a 3-man rush. Looks to the right-hand side and wide open. Dan Ross gets left wide open and a huge 3rd down conversion for the Bengals. And Jack Lambert is visibly frustrated with that one. Ross ends up in a pocket with nobody near him along the sideline. Anderson hits him. Coming up on a minute left now in the half. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Anderson in the gun. Pressure up the middle and down he goes. Fumble! Fumble! He loses the ball and the Steelers have it. Anderson gets popped right up the middle. Lauren Toes falls on it. 93, God, I'm forgetting who that is with the sack there. I apologize. We'll see if there's going to be a review, but I think that ball was out. So a huge defensive play here for the Steelers. There is no challenge. That's a fumble. 37 seconds left in the half. Steelers try to take momentum. Pass intended for Green is incomplete. Oh, that drives me nuts that I'm blanking on who 93 is. I should have printed out the roster for myself beforehand. I generally don't, because I'm usually pretty good with the numbers, but I am blanking on that one. In the flat, Oak out near the 35. Steelers take a timeout. Be a 3rd and 11. So the timeout there makes you think that the Steelers are going to aggressively try to get this conversion. If they hadn't taken the timeout there, the Bengals might have. They can stop them on 3rd, force the punt, get the ball back. There you see the Steelers have run it 18 times, have thrown it 12. Dropping back, Roethlisberger rolls right, looks near the sideline, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down, a little pushing and shoving at the end of that play. What happens, division rivals particularly, in a postseason game. Tensions can flare. So Colquitt will come on for the punt. Then we will be left to see how aggressively the Bengals try to play it. Inclined to think Sam Weish will probably play this conservatively with 17 seconds left in the half. Bengals starting from their 19. Does only have Brooks is the lone setback in the back. Gives it to Brooks, and Brooks finds a little bit of a pocket there. He gets flattened at the 29. Pickup of 9. Neither team appears to be calling a timeout, and that should take us down the tunnel. So, midway point here in Pittsburgh, the AFC Wild Card game. Bengals lead the Steelers 13-10. It's been a good one. Look for more of the same over the final 30 minutes. Got a feeling this one's going to come down to the wire. There you see Roethlisberger with the touchdown strike to Hope. Turned it from 13-3 to 13-10. Steelers will receive the ball to start the second half. Brown back as the deep man. A nervous crowd here in Pittsburgh. Here's the kick to get the second half underway. Brown from the 2. Out across the 15, out across the 20 to the 23. So Roethlisberger and company get things started here in the second half. This could be a very tone-setting drive for the course of this game. Roethlisberger in the shotgun for Coach Bill Cowler. Stands, looks underneath, complete. Parrish near the marker. He kind of got pushed, but he kept his feet and stepped back across the line. So he's not going to get a forward progress call there. He picks up 9 on the reception, his third of the game. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 32. High formation here for Pittsburgh. Parker up the middle, first down, and a bit more, out to the 40. 55 yards on the ground for Willie Parker. Francis on the stop. Nelson and Parker. Jaw jacking a bit at the end of the play. And off Parker. Out across the 40 to the 41. Picks up a yard, and that's it. Bengals defense locks him up. It's Jim LeClair. LeClair will not have to buy a drink in Cincinnati for the foreseeable future. That season-saving tackle to end Week 14. Keep the beer flowing for LeClair for a while. Hand off Parker up the middle, and LeClair and company again gobble him up. LeClair and Takeo Spikes. Spikes having a good game here so far for the Bengals. He's been in on an awful lot defensively. Third and 10. Early moments of the third quarter. Roethlisberger drops. Stands. Steps up. Doesn't like what he sees. He's going to try to take off. LeClair is going to get to him, though. Knocks him down, but rather than force it, Roethlisberger figured he would try to get to the outside. Big Ben not fleet enough to turn the edge on many. So that'll bring up 4th and 6 from the 44. Steelers will punt this one away. Hopefully it comes on. One back bear catch called for by Parrish at the 13, and that's where Ken Anderson, James Brooks, and the Bengals will take over. 72 yards rushing so far for James Brooks. 2 very strong 20, 25-yard carries in the first half. Made up the biggest chunk of it. Steelers got to be careful not to give up the big play. Anderson throwing on first down. Rolls left, throws, dumps it off, incomplete. T.J. Watt started to get some penetration there. Again, Steelers have 2 sacks. Bengals haven't picked up a sack yet. Steelers have 2 sacks, both from L.C. Greenwood, but they've hit Anderson and chased Anderson out a couple of times as well. 2nd and 10, Cincinnati. Anderson dropped. This one's for Brooks. Out in the flat, tries to get outside. Jack Ham just goes right at him and brings him down. Good open field tackle by Ham. It'll be 3rd and 9. Right set, except for Myers, who's down wide on the low side, and there's a flag on the play. False start, Bengals. I can't believe that would have been on Bernard in the backfield. Probably on a lineman. Bernard just bothered by it. 3rd and 14 from the 8. And it's inconsistent in telling you who committed the penalty. Pass over the middle at the marker, complete. That's Pickens. And a big conversion there for Cincinnati. 1st and 10 at the 24. If you are the Steelers defense, you cannot allow that conversion in that spot. Pickens first down out to the 24. Joe Cowher is barking at anybody within earshot. 1st and 10. Drive stays alive, handoff up the middle, and there is nothing there. Giovanni Bernard gets crushed by Levon Kirkland. 2nd and 10. Inside 10 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, Brooks. Gets outside, 1st down and more. Brooks turns the corner. He's out across midfield. Big run for James Brooks. Brooks over the 100-yard mark. He's been stifled plenty, but he's had 3 big chunk runs. You get enough of those, that's how you build your 100-yard day. 103 yards on the ground for James Brooks in the Pittsburgh territory to the 45. Now they go Brooks to the high side. Can't turn the edge. Kirkland is out there to bring him down. It'll be 2nd and 10. Anderson drops. Swings it, cross. Inside the 40 to the 37. Anderson now 9 of 15 on the day. That's the 4th catch by Ross. Ham on the stop. It'll be 3rd and 2. In a real life reference, it's kind of weird to think of Mike Tomlin not coaching the Steelers anymore. That just came down the other day. Brooks fights through a tackle on 3rd and 2. Gets 1st down and a bit more. Picks up 9. Down to the 28 before Greenwood trips him up. James Brooks having himself a big day here in this AFC Wildcard game. Both aren't shying away from him when he gets stopped, and he's rewarding them every 4 or 5 carries. Gets stuffed there. Actually, that's Archie Griffin. Griffin's first carry of the game. He loses the yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. So now if you're the Steelers, you're just thinking lock them down for a field goal. Unless you can, of course, get a sack here and push them out of field goal range for Doug Pelfrey. Pelfrey, 52 or so, probably about the extent of his distance. That play looked a little bit crossed up in the backfield, and they pay a price for it. Lambert gets through, brings Brooks down. Loss of 4. 3rd and 14 coming up. Brooks gets up hobbled a little bit there. Doesn't seem like he's checking out of the game. Oh, no, he is going to check out. Bernard comes in for him. 3rd and 14, Cincinnati from the Pittsburgh 32. Can they get another big 3rd down conversion? Anderson, deep ball down the left-hand side. Incomplete. Looking for a flag there, but that ball was out of bounds enough. Even if there was contact there, I don't think he would have gotten the call anyway. So the Steelers, again, bend but don't break. And now Pelfrey will come on for a 49-yard field goal attempt. 5:38 left in the 3rd. This kick is up, and it is good. Pelfrey puts it through to extend the Bengals' lead. It's 16-10 Cincinnati. Here in the AFC Wildcard game, 5:34 left in the 3rd quarter. Now a field goal won't get it done for the Steelers. Again, remember, Pittsburgh won the 2 regular season meetings between these teams. That's why they ended up as the division champion. And the Bengals ended up as the wild card. Both teams finishing 9-5. Kickoff there taken by Antonio Brown at the 3. Out across the 20. To about the 23. They'll call it the 24. That's where the Steelers will start off here. 16-10 Bengals. It's been a good one here in Pittsburgh. Pitch to Parker. Tries to get outside. He's brought down. It's Spikes again. Takeo Spikes having a terrific game for Cincinnati. Loss of 5 on the pitch wide. Knocks him back to the 19. 2nd and 15 coming up for the Steelers. Pitch to go to the high side. Parker tries to get outside again, and again the Bengals are all over it. That's another loss of 3. So the Bengals not letting Parker try to get outside. Back-to-back negative plays for the Steelers. Not what you want after giving up points. 3rd and 18. The Steelers have a big 3rd down conversion in their pocket. Roethlisberger back. Pressure coming. Rolling to the left. Rolls. He's just going to throw that one away. He's hit as he throws. And it Spikes with the pressure on it. So incomplete. 3 and out. That was about as bad as you can possibly get for the Steelers. And now Colquitt's going to punt here, and the Bengals with a shot at very solid field position. Parrish calls for the fair catch back at his 37. So a good punt from Colquitt. Bengals hold the 6-point lead. 4:03 left in the 3rd quarter. They start off here from their 37. Steelers defense to this point has kept Ken Anderson in the passing game relatively in check, though they have given up a couple of big 3rd down conversions. Play action. Anderson drops. Pass here complete. Inside the 40, down to the 36. That's Pickens on the reception. 27-yard pickup. Anderson to Pickens. Pickens kind of turned that route outside, and there was no defensive back there with him. Now Blount ultimately on the tackle. 1st and 10 Bengals. Anderson, play action again. Pass left-hand side is Pickens again. Complete. Inside the 10, touchdown. Carl Pickens into the end zone for the Bengals. And Cincinnati opens it up here in Pittsburgh, and the Steelers have a problem. So we talked about them not having opened it up, talked about them having kept Anderson in the passing game relatively under wraps. So I take the blame, because Lord knows, if I say one thing, that trend will change. Our good friend Dwayne Martz and I share a laugh about that seemingly every broadcast. 3:14 left. Bengals are going to go for 2 here. Looking to make it a 14-point game, and it's successful. Dan Ross on a little tight end hook route. Anderson hits him. And with 3:14 left in the 3rd quarter, it is 24-10 Cincinnati. 2 plays, 63 yards. 2 passes from Anderson to Pickens. And now this becomes a huge, huge drive for the Steelers. Antonio Brown back to receive. Very, very nervous feeling here in Pittsburgh amongst this crowd. Brown out across the 20, takes a hit. He gets stuck there at the 21. So the Steelers get to work. There is still plenty of time in this game, but you got to feel like Pittsburgh's got to do something here on this drive. That's 3 and out on that last drive. was a negative tone setter. Parker up the middle, finds a gap, out across the 30, first down. Good run from Parker out to the 33. 59 yards rushing so far on the day for Willie Parker. And Riley brings him down. Winner of this game heads to Buffalo. Top-seeded Bills in the divisional round next week. Walker picks up a couple, 2nd and 8. Chiefs will visit the Colts in the other divisional playoff. Formation behind Roethlisberger. Hoke with the carry. Shoots through a gap out across the 40 to the 42. 29 yards on 6 carries for Hoke. It'll be 3rd and a long one. Roethlisberger in the gun. They're going to throw it on 3rd and 1. Roethlisberger looks complete. First down and more. Down inside the 40. Down to the 35. Roethlisberger now 11 of 16. That's Eric Green. And we talked about it leading into this game. We talked about it earlier on today. Eric Green and Roethlisberger have built a developing relationship over the course of this season. 4th catch of the game for Green. Now you see Marquise Pouncey is back in this game. I didn't see when he returned. He was injured earlier in this one. Lineman back, and they're going to need him. Handoff, Parker. Parker trying to get outside, and I'll tell you, they cannot get around the edge running outside anymore. James Francis on the stop. Loss of 3 for Parker. Steelers may want to start scrapping those outside runs from the playbook. Stay between the tackles. See if they get another playoff here before the end of this 3rd quarter. Clock ticking down. Roethlisberger will not take the snap. And we will head to quarter number 4. AFC Wildcard game. Bengals lost twice to the Steelers in the regular season. They hold the lead here 24-10. But Pittsburgh is driving here as we start quarter number 4. Roethlisberger back. Stands in, looks, swings it out. There's Green again. Green wrestled to the ground, but gets a couple of extra yards once he's grabbed. It's down to the 28. It'll be 3rd and 3. It'll be a 45-yard field goal from here. Again, the field goal doesn't really get the Steelers anything. Still be a 2-score game after that. See what they opt for here. 3rd and 3. Hand off Parker, and they try to get it outside, and again, Parker can't get there. He picks up 2, but he's a yard short. 4th and 1 from the Bengals 26. We'll see how the Steelers play this. A run there might indicate that they're viewing this as a 4-down situation. Viewed that as 2 plays to get 3 yards. We'll see what they opt for here. And they're going to bring on Anderson for a 43-yard field goal attempt. Interesting call here. Anderson's kick is up and good. So the Steelers cut the deficit to 11. Again, it is still a 2-score game. But with 13:38 left in the game, Bill Cowher puts faith in the Steelers' defense that they can come up with the stops needed to get them those possessions. If Parker hadn't gotten anything, and that had been a 4th and 3, I get that. On a 4th and 1, I'm probably inclined to go for it there. I can see both sides of it, but I think I'm going for it in that situation. Kickoff taken by Parrish at the 4. Looks for something. Doesn't find it. Russell and Polamalu bring him down. James Brooks, 109 yards on the ground in this one. He has been sensational. Steelers defense, possibly their most important drive of the season. Anderson drops. Looks, near side. Caught, hit, right as he catches it. Mel Blount with a big hit there. That's Dan Ross. Picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 26. 5th catch of the game for Ross. Blount stuck in there. Ross holds on. 2nd and 5. Handoff up the middle. Brooks fights through one tackle, is hit by Polamalu as he gets to the 30. And that'll bring up 3rd and 1. Brooks a little bit slow to get to his feet. 3rd and 1 for the Bengals. They've converted a few big 3rd downs. Those were 3rd and longs. Now they need a 3rd and short. Can the Steelers defense get the stop they need? And they do. Oh, terrific play there. Is that Joel Steed? Yes, that's who I forgot 93 was. Joel Steed, who had the big play earlier, comes up with a big stop here on Archie Griffin on 3rd and 1. Huge tackle from Steed. And now the Bengals got to figure they're punting here from their own 30. So the Steelers get the stop they needed. 11:40 left in the game. Lee Johnson's punt. Antonio Brown will call for the fair catch at the 20, and that's where the Steelers take over. So now the Anderson field goal looks a little bit more intelligent. Again, with the 4th and 1, I still would have gone for it. But now you've got 11:35 in a 2-possession game. And if you get a field goal here, then you just need the 1 score going forward. Parker with the carry, and the Bengals have started to clamp down on this running game, though. Jim LeClair with the stop there at the line of scrimmage. 5th solo tackle of the game for LeClair. Parker is stopped at the 20. Parker checks out. Hoke now the lone setback on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger in the gun. Looks, right-hand side, slings it complete. Green fights his way near the marker and a 1st down. Eric Green bulls his way through the tackle there. I believe that was Parrish, and it was, but Green fights for the extra yardage. Gets to the marker, the chains move, 1st down Pittsburgh. High formation, 2 tight end set for Pittsburgh here. Short drop from Roethlisberger, rolls left, doesn't like what he sees a gap and he runs. Hits the deck, he takes the slide there to avoid the contact. Picks up 8, though. Roethlisberger put that one in his pocket rather quickly, but he saw something. Picks up the gain. Inside 10 minutes remaining. 2nd and 2, Pittsburgh from the 39. Handoff. Parker, 1st down, off tackle, breaks a tackle, and gets down into Bengals territory, down on the 48. 22 carries, 73 yards for Parker. And Riley on the stop. Steelers slowly starting to try to get momentum here. Delayed handoff. Parker up the middle. Bengals close it up. Pick up of a yard, and that's it to the 47. Parrish and a couple of other guys in on that tackle. Brings up 2nd and 9. Side 8.5 minutes. Everybody watching the clock at this point. Roethlisberger in the gun. Stands in. Pressure coming from the weak side. Stands. Throws. It's picked off. Roethlisberger is picked off, and there's daylight in front of Jim LeClair. LeClair, who had the season-saving tackle in Week 14, may have just made the play that sends the Bengals to the divisional round. Pick 6, Jim LeClair picks off Roethlisberger, and the Bengals have hushed the crowd here in Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger rolls right. The pass intended for Hoke out of the backfield, a bit wide of the mark, and LeClair gets a gift and takes it to the house, 30-13 Cincinnati. And just like that, the Steelers' season is on the precipice of ending. Helfrey's extra point is up and good, 31-13, 8:10 left. Things had swung the Steelers' way. And of course, as soon as I said that, the pick six happens. I need to just stop editorializing during these games, because every time I say things are trending one way, it blows up. It's happened twice to the Steelers now here, so the Steelers fans are going to hold me accountable for this. 31-13. Kindly don't unsubscribe if you're a Steelers fan. 8:10 remaining. Well, now this situation gets a lot more dire for Pittsburgh. They'll get the ball back, but a 3-score game with 8:10 left. Less than ideal. Antonio Brown out across the 25. Tries to find a gap. Brought down. Oh, no. Antonio Brown, for some reason, didn't return that kick. Mel Blount was returning it. I don't know if Brown got dinged up. We'll keep an eye on that. I mean, Blount occasionally returned kicks. He's the secondary kickoff guy there. So 1st and 10. Roethlisberger, can he shake off the interception? They need something quick here if they've got hopes. Looks down the left-hand side, incomplete. Roethlisberger now 13 of 20 for 131. Touchdown and a huge interception. And Jim LeClair becoming a Bengals legend here over the last 2 games. He's been a very solid linebacker for the Bengals here in the Lsufl, but these 2 games in particular, a huge play to save the season on the last play of the game in Week 14. And then that pick six there when the Steelers certainly looked like they were about to make this a 1-score game. 3rd and 2, Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger drops. Pass incomplete. So now it's a 4th and 2, and it's pretty much come down to this for the Steelers. Don't really have an option to punt this one away with this score. So here they go. 4th and 2 for the Steelers from their 37. Trying to save the season. Roethlisberger. Blitz is picked up. Pass to the right-hand side. Incomplete, wide of the mark. And the Bengals defense comes through. And the Steelers season, certainly, barring a miracle, appears to be done. 7:14 remaining in the game. 31-13 Cincinnati. Ball at the Steelers 37. All the Bengals have to do really is not turn it over. Brooks with the carry. Gets popped there by Kirkland. Pick up a 4. Both teams have all 3 timeouts left. Obviously, the Bengals have no reason to stop the clock. They want this 7 minutes to tick down as quickly as possible. Anderson in the shotgun. Anderson fakes the handoff and keeps it. Anderson. That is not a tip. That's the first time I've seen the Bengals in any broadcast run that play, but basically an option. Anderson keeps it, fools the Steelers defense, and gets it down to the 16. Ken Anderson or LeMar Jackson? And that is not a common play. That was funny, actually. That probably is a half-star play in the playbook as far as frequency goes. Anderson drops back the throw. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 16. So much talk about the Steelers' late season run to come from the depths and win this division. People forgot that the Bengals had a terrific second half of this season as well. Pass near the sideline. A.J. Green gets obliterated along the sideline, but not until he gets the first down. 1st and goal from the 6. And he stayed in bounds, playing Woodruff with the hit. First and goal. Anderson, pressure up the middle, thumps it off, takes the hit, but he completes it to Ross, who's in the end zone for the touchdown. And this has, in a flash, become a blowout. Pending the Pelfrey extra point, it'll be 38-13 Cincinnati. Lambert hits Anderson, but he gets it off just in time. Ross evades T.J. Watt and Troy Polamalu to find his way into the end zone. 5:08 remaining. And it is all Bengals here in Pittsburgh. You can hear a pin drop here at Acrisure. 5 plays, 38 yards on that drive for Cincinnati. Amazing how things can turn in 5 minutes of time. 5 minutes ago, this was an 11-point game, and the Steelers were driving, looking as though they could turn it into potentially a 3-point game. 5 minutes, 14 points later for the Bengals. And it's a rout here in Pittsburgh. Brown takes it from the 6. Gets it out to the 29, and that's where the Steelers, a demoralized Steelers squad, to say the least, will get back on the field. Again, they're going to have to let it all hang out here. Roethlisberger drops, pass there, complete. First down out to the 40. It's Eric Green again. 8th catch for Green. 8 catches, 93 yards. Mel Blount expressing frustration to anybody who will listen on the Steelers sideline. Pass there. Hope can hold on. Incomplete. Remember, if you're Blount on that sideline, you're also thinking 7 of the Bengals' points are a pick 6. 7 of the Bengals' points are kickoff returns. So that 38 looks as though it's an indoctrination of the Steelers' defense. It hasn't quite been that. Well, the Steelers did give up some big third down conversions along the way in this one. Pass Hoke out of the backfield. Out across the 45 to the 46. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. 3rd catch of the game for Hoke as we come up on 4 minutes remaining here in this AFC wildcard contest. Shotgun. Stands in, looks, fires over the middle, incomplete. Now it's 4th and 4. Ken Riley letting everybody know there is no catch there. Roethlisberger in the gun again. Drops. Looks, hoping somebody gets open. Slings it down the left-hand side. There's a flag on the play. It's batted away. We'll see what the call is. And it's an offensive hold. That'll be declined by the Bengals, who will take over at the Pittsburgh 46. 3:32 remaining. Handoff. That's Brooks. Picks up 3. 120 yards on the ground for James Brooks. Fitzpatrick on the tackle for the Steelers. Inside the 3-minute mark. Anderson again in the gun. And up, swarming on Brooks there. Nothing doing. Jack Lambert on the stop. It'll be 3rd and 8. That should get us down near the 2-minute warning. They will have to call a play before they get there. Presumably just a handoff. And it is. Brooks tries to knife his way back and forth down to the 37. 4th and 2. And that gets us to the 2-minute warning. So the Bengals put an exclamation point on this one in the 4th. Doug Pelfrey will presumably come on here for a 54-yard field goal to try to extend the lead. And they're going to elect not to go for the field goal. They're going to punt it instead, just try to pin the Steelers deep. Not a great punt there from Lee Johnson. That's out of bounds at the 18. So the Steelers will take over, 1:57 left in their season. It was a sensational game for 3 quarters. It's lost some of the expected fourth quarter tension here, to say the least. Handoff Hope up the middle. Out across the 25, pickup of 7. Molago with the stop. It'll be 2nd and 3. Can't imagine the Steelers are going to bother stopping the clock. Unless they're just trying to give the impression. They are running the hurry up, but they're not going to stop the clock. You never want to see a team quit, but there is a point where reality wins that conversation. Pass there, Antonio Brown. That's complete for the first down, out to the 33. Third catch of the game for Brown. Up on a minute left. Berger shotgun. Drops. Looks. Great protection again from the Bengals. He fires incomplete. Roethlisberger 17 of 30 for a modest 165 yards. Touchdown and the huge pick 6. Drops again. Roethlisberger rolls right. Pass dumped off, and it's intercepted by Parrish. And, well, it doesn't really matter at this point, but that is just the way this one has turned for the Steelers. LeMar Parrish picks off Roethlisberger. Second pick for Big Ben in this one. Both here in this fourth quarter. And the Bengals will get onto the field one more time, although presumably just to run it and or take a knee to get this game to its conclusion. Second turnover by the Steelers. Both interceptions thrown by Roethlisberger. Brooks is brought down for a loss of 2 by Levon Kirkland at the 45. Bengals will need to run one more snap, and that'll bring this one to a close. Price is not set up to take the knee here. Just kind of a little Madden glitchy nonsense. Brooks to the outside. Lambert throws him to the ground. And that will wrap it up. So the Bengals advance. They have a date in Buffalo next week with the top-seeded Bills in the AFC divisional round. Bengals, Bills, Chiefs, Colts. The Steelers, a great surge to finish the season, finishing a very solid 9-5. The AFC North champions are heading home, though, after falling here to the Bengals 38-13. Howie the Bernadoodle expresses her thoughts on the game. There you see total numbers. Both offenses just over 300 yards. Neither team passed for particularly much. 165 for the Steelers, 158 for the Bengals. 16 first downs for the Bengals, 15 first downs for the Steelers. The total offense, only 14 yards separated these two teams. Turnover battle, of course, won there by the Bengals. That obviously proved huge. Neither team was great on third down, but the 50% for the Bengals, again, 6 for 12 is a solid third down number. Particularly the nature of those third down conversions for the Bengals really proved significant in this one. Steelers took 4 penalties. They had the time of possession gap, but that tends to generally be an overrated stat. Anyway, their scoring summary. Pelfrey and Anderson traded field goals in the first. LeMar Parrish's big kickoff return after the Anderson field goal kind of set the tone in this one for the Bengals. Then Pelfrey hit the field goal to make it 13-3, but the Hope reception from Roethlisberger got us to 13-10 at the half. Pelfrey from 49. Kick-ins from 36, the 11 point, of course, 2-point conversion in the third quarter. Then after the Anderson field goal, again, the Steelers driving, looking like they were about to make it a one-score game again with plenty of time left. A little over 8 minutes on the clock. LeClair, pick six, 57 yards. 3 minutes later, Bengals hit the end zone again. And that was the end of that, 38-13 Cincinnati. There you see the quarterback stats. Roethlisberger ends up with a 53-8 rating, 17 of 31 for 165. A touchdown and 2 picks. Anderson, 14 of 22 for 189. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions from Ken Anderson. James Brooks leads rushers with 127. Willie Parker carried for 74 in this one. Leading receivers, Eric Green, 8 for 93, led the way for the Steelers. Both tight ends had good days. Dan Ross, 6 for 69, and a touchdown for the Bengals. Carl Pickens, 4 for 89, and a touchdown as well. On the defensive front, Jack Lambert, 11 total tackles. Jim LeClair had 10. For sacks, L.C. Greenwood with 1.5. Cameron Haywood shared that 1 sack with him. Joel Steig had a sack as well. So the Bengals had, the Steelers had 3 sacks. The Bengals didn't have any. The Steelers protected Roethlisberger well in this one. Had nothing left to show for it. 2 interceptions from Parrish and LeClair. Round out the stat sheet here. So that'll do it here for this broadcast. I appreciate you tuning in as always. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m., where we will have the NFC Wildcard game, the Atlanta Falcons, and the surprise NFC North champions, the Detroit Lions. 7-7, who cares? They still get home field after the collapse by the Packers, and the Lions host the Falcons. Should be a fun one from Ford Field. Bang that like button if you haven't as of yet. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, be good to each other. We'll talk soon. The Bengals win the AFC Wildcard, 38-13 over the Steelers.